Alright, Super's back here with another SJPorr review. Today we have Kirk Sexton of Praying Monk Brewery with his Cellar Dweller Old Ale. Everything's laid out here real nicely in the back. Gives us everything we need to know. Added Victory Black Patent chocolate malt. Used Chinook, Magnum, and Cascade with Willamette for aromas. Aged on oak chips for 14 days, and bottled with a beer gun, so I really won't have to worry about holding any yeast because there is none in there. Alright, so I warmed this up pretty good. It's bottled in a Lagunitas bottle, as noticed by the bottle dating on the neck there. Anyway, yeah, let's give this a try. It's pretty good warmed up. Looking forward to trying this out. We'll see how the beer gun did. I don't think I've ever had a bottled beer gun beer other than maybe professional commercial ones. Nice crack there. It's got plenty of carbonation, it seems. Alright, let's give it a good pour. Almost got all of it in there. Nice 2 to 3 fingers head, fairly dense, a little bit fluffy, definitely sticking around. Let's get a color on it. Looks very lively right now. Alright, flashlight time. Yeah, that's got good amount of color there. It's very dark reddish brown. I mean, you could probably barely see any of the flashlight through this. I can't. It's got a like dim, so this is really dark. And I mean, it said 4 ounces of black patent, 4 ounces of chocolates. Oh, yeah, color was pretty much expected. I can see some streaming carbonation. If you like see the bottom there, it's, very nice ruby, dark ruby red color. Great head retention, fluffy, rocky looking head. That's nice stuff right there. I'm probably gonna have to sip out the foam on this to get a quicker review, but like I did with some other of the beers, but won't be bad. Yeah, I'm getting, just out of the head itself, I'm getting a lot of that chocolate and that brightness from the base grains. I mean, the heads taste good, actually. So, looking forward to diving in here. I don't know if I mentioned in the color, it was very dark, but also moderately hazy as expected with the wheat and the oats proteins. So, expected. Anyway, let's get a nose on it and see what we have. So of course, this head is really just diminishing some of this, but I get some I'm getting some raisin and a little bit of pear foremost, but definitely in the background getting some like cocoa and toffee notes with a little bit of biscuitiness, lightly roasty. The oak is noticeable, but I'm sure it'll open up as this warms up and this head dies down. Very pleasant aroma right now. We'll see how it turns out near the end of the glass, because I'm sure it'll open up more. Really nice, good balance. Fruitiness and chocolate and biscuit and toffee, raisins, yeah. pretty much what I expected for the style of an old ale. So let's give it a taste now. How many IBUs is this? 42. I'm getting chocolate and toastiness and biscuit with quite a bit of raisin and pear on the front. The finish, I'm getting a little bit of noticeable. I think you said use Chinook in here. Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit of that pininess, but it's not really that strong. It's well balanced with the malts right now. Yeah, getting a little bit more of that floral, earthy note. Oak isn't overly prominent. I mean, I'm sure if it wasn't mentioned, I may have not noticed it. Because I mean, whenever I have oak beers, usually it's like, hey, oak, in your face, usually, and it's very prominent. But in this, it's not really that prominent. So I'm getting more of that. Some of those you toasted the oats, so I'm getting some of that earthiness from the toasted oats, kind of a very bready type of feel. A little bit like milk chocolate, mostly biscuity type malt notes, with a well balanced kind of a earthy floral, slightly pine bitterness in the back. Not overly overpowering or anything like that. Yeah, it's real nice. The dark bready notes with pear and raisins, golden raisins. The mouthfeel actually is pretty crisp. Very smooth drinking beer here. Pretty crisp, and the head is sticking around a good amount. Some nice foamy lacing clinging to the glass. Excuse me. Let's get another aroma on this and see what we have, since it's more warmed up than it was before. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more of that raisin and like toffee and breadiness, biscuit. Yeah, the dark fruit notes are definitely coming out a lot more here. A little bit of like oak cloviness in the nose. Not really that overpowering though. If I'm guessing, you said oak cubes, right? Yeah. Oh, oak chips. Usually oak chips put out a little bit more of an oaky note. But I mean, personally, it really doesn't matter to me if it was on oak or not. I'm sure that the overall complexity of the beer is increased with the oak. And I'm sure it's covered up by the malts and the hops. But yeah, in the nose, I'm getting a lot of sort of that note, but mostly bready dark fruits and, you know, milk chocolate, a little bit of milk chocolate, and mostly biscuit. Really nice nose, good complexity, well balanced with fruity and malt notes. Let's give it a final taste and see where we're at. Yep, raisins and toast and light roast. Actually, I'm getting a little bit of vanilla now. obviously is probably from the oak edition, but definitely getting a vanilla note there, I think. Yeah. Yeah, as it warmed up to room temperature, vanilla's poking through now with a lot of toffee and raisin and pear and biscuit and toast and more to this. There's a little left, I'll pour in. Yeah. Really nice beer. Lots of depth. You got the dark fruit, you got that. I mean, I'm probably just repeating myself here, but I mean, just confirming what's going on here. Yeah, that vanilla's really coming out now with toffee. Now that the carbonation died down, some of that hop bitterness isn't as attenuated. Um, yeah, maybe a little bit too overcarbed at first. Usually old ales, the English style, it's usually a little bit lower carbonated, but you did well with the beer gun, definitely. I have no experience, but I've heard stories that it is a little bit difficult to get the carbonation from the beer gun. You sometimes have to overcarb it in order to make sure that you got enough carbonation and whatnot, but yeah. Yeah, really nice beer. Well balanced earthy hop notes, lots of toffee, a little bit of vanilla, oak, and raisins and pears, and all around really nice complexity and a really well balanced beer. I think overall, I'll give it a nice solid 7.5 out of 10 because it's a very enjoyable beer, lots of nice complexity, and I mean, I think for some people old ales are kind of underappreciated, I think, by the normal crowd because I mean it's an English style and like give someone an ESB they're not going to know what to expect, but really well done example. Nice labeling and nice explanation on the back. So thanks for letting me try your beer. It was very enjoyable. Cheers.